The quiet street breathes under the fading light, a place where time slows and shadows lengthen. Evening descends, painting the tranquil street in hues of amber and soft twilight. A street where life unfolds at a measured pace, untouched by the urgency of the city. The steady rhythm of daily life continues as shadows stretch and dance with the setting sun. Tranquility reigns as the street settles into the quiet embrace of the approaching night. Golden light casts a warm, nostalgic glow, making the street seem like a scene from a dream. At the block's end, a diner's weathered sign hints at stories untold, its chrome dulled by the relentless passage of time. Above the entrance, a lone neon sign flickers with a warm, inviting glow, promising solace. The diner stands as a beacon, its quiet hum a stark contrast to the world outside, a haven of light amidst the encroaching darkness. The diner beckons with the promise of warmth. The diner's neon sign flickers softly, a beacon in the night. Wide windows invite, promising warmth and solace within. A gentle glow spills onto the empty street. The light whispers, "You can come in if you want." The diner door opens with a gentle push, revealing a warm interior. A small bell jingles softly, announcing someone's arrival. The bell's sound hangs briefly in the air, a delicate chime. The space seems inviting, promising refuge from the outside world. The door closes gently behind, sealing the world outside. The diner's interior is now the focus, inviting exploration. The diner glows with a warm, inviting light, a familiar refuge from the outside world. Red-cushioned booths line the walls, promising comfort and quiet conversations. A long counter stretches across the room, its round stools waiting for stories to unfold. Every detail, from the checkered floor to the vintage signs, whispers of timeless Americana. Evening light streams through the diner windows, painting the scene in hues of gold. Dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by the sun's fading rays. The diner is bathed in a warm, nostalgic glow as day turns to night. A quiet stillness settles over the diner as the last of the sunlight fades. The diner hums with the low buzz of an old refrigerator, its metal case gleaming softly under the fluorescent lights. Steam rises from the coffee pot, a delicate whistle escaping into the quiet morning air. Empty tables gleam with a sheen of cleanliness, waiting for the day's first customers. The chrome accents of the counter catch the light, reflecting a sense of timeless Americana. A lone fly buzzes near the window, drawn to the promise of sweetness within. In the quiet diner, a comforting rhythm of clinking dishes emanates from the kitchen, a backdrop to untold stories. The subtle sounds fill the otherwise silent space. Each clink tells a story of comfort, routine, and the promise of a warm meal. The echoes fade, leaving a sense of anticipation in the air. The diner awaits its next chapter, filled with untold stories. Inside the diner, I head towards a booth bathed in the warm glow of daylight. I slide into the booth by the window, the worn red cushion yielding softly beneath me. Settling in, I find a moment of solace as the world outside fades into a muted backdrop. The diner's quiet hum becomes a comforting soundtrack to my thoughts. Inside the diner, I place my hands on the table, its surface warm and smooth from countless hands before mine. The worn surface tells tales of fleeting moments, of shared meals and whispered secrets etched into the wood. The warmth beneath my palms anchors me to this place, a silent witness to the passage of time. Each grain and groove whispers a story, a comforting presence in the bustling diner. In the bustling diner, a couple sits close, their heads bent together in a shared secret. Their voices, soft and hushed, create an intimate bubble amidst the diner's lively atmosphere. The low murmur of their conversation hints at a deep connection, words only for each other. Their close proximity suggests a shared understanding, a bond strengthened by whispered words. The diner fades into the background as they lose themselves in their private exchange. In a quiet diner, an older man sits alone, bathed in the soft glow of morning light. He turns the newspaper pages with slow, measured movements, each rustle echoing in the stillness. His brow furrows slightly as he scans the headlines, a shadow of concern passing over his face. The diner's ambience is a mix of solitude and muted sounds, a backdrop to his quiet contemplation. Lost in the news, he remains unaware of the world around him, a solitary figure in the morning's calm. Soft laughter fills the cozy diner as two teenagers share a milkshake, their booth bathed in warm light. Across the room, their quiet joy unfolds, a sweet tableau of youthful connection. Each sip, each shared glance weaves a silent story of friendship and budding affection. The diner buzzes softly around them, a backdrop to their intimate, joyful moment. A quiet murmur fills the diner, an unspoken agreement hanging in the air, a sanctuary where loud voices dare not intrude. Each patron, lost in thought, contributes to the collective hush, creating a symphony of subdued sounds. The low hum of conversation weaves through the air, a gentle reminder of shared solitude. The diner stands as a haven, where silence speaks volumes and every whisper carries weight. In this realm of quietude, the soul finds solace and the heart finds peace. Inside a diner, a laminated menu sits on the table. The menu's corners are softened, worn smooth by countless hands and years of use. The aged menu waits patiently for a decision. The diner is filled with a quiet anticipation. Inside the diner, the air is thick with the aroma of coffee and frying eggs, promising simple joys. The menu is a comforting litany: toast, eggs, coffee, pie, each word a promise of warmth and solace. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating the worn, welcoming surfaces. A haven of familiar flavors and quiet moments, untouched by the world outside. The diner glows, a beacon of unchanging comfort. Familiar dishes sit under the warm glow of heat lamps. Plates piled high with food that needs no introduction. Decades of meals served the same dependable way. Each dish is a memory, a constant in a changing world. The scent of comfort food hangs heavy in the air. In the diner, the cool vinyl of the booth seat offers a slight respite as I settle in. A silent observer of the morning, the laminated menu stands open, a colorful barrier against the quiet anticipation hanging in the air. A cup of coffee sends tendrils of steam into the air, a silent promise of warmth in the bustling diner. The diner buzzes with quiet activity as I remain unready to order, lost in thought. The morning light streams through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The scent of frying bacon and brewing coffee fills the air, a comforting aroma that blends with the diner's ambience. The diner door swings open, a rush of warmth escaping from the kitchen. A wave of warm bread floods the diner, momentarily distracting from the day's chill. The promise of comfort food hangs heavy in the air, a sanctuary against the outside world. Each breath carries the comforting aroma, a silent invitation to indulge and forget. The scent lingers, a subtle reminder of simple pleasures and warm hearths. The comforting aroma of black coffee fills the diner, a strong and inviting scent swirling through the air. The rich, dark brew steams, a promise of warmth and energy in the bustling diner. Each breath carries the deep, roasted fragrance, a familiar embrace in the lively atmosphere. The scent of coffee lingers, mingling with the diner's other aromas, creating a unique blend. The diner buzzes, a haven of warmth against the world. A comforting aroma fills the air, cooking onions, savory and sweet. The scent promises solace, a familiar embrace in a bustling space. Each sizzle is a note of comfort, a symphony of simple pleasures. In the diner's heart, onions transform, weaving their magic spell. The diner is bathed in the warm glow of morning light, the air thick with the comforting sweetness of baking pie. A symphony of clanking dishes and soft chatter fills the cozy space. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating swirling dust motes dancing in the air. Empty booths await the day's customers, promising stories and shared moments. A vintage jukebox stands silently in the corner, a relic of bygone eras. The promise of a fresh start hangs heavy in the air, mingled with the scent of coffee. Inside the diner, the air is thick with comfort, a palpable embrace that wraps around you. Each breath is a soft reminder of the diner's warmth, a gentle haven from the world outside. The diner hums with quiet stories, a familiar backdrop for countless passing lives. Time slows, each moment savored in the gentle, comforting atmosphere of the diner. A peaceful pause, suspended in the diner's warm, enveloping embrace. A world away from chaos. Inside the diner, each second stretches into an eternity. Time itself seems to crawl, trapped in slow motion. The air is thick with anticipation. Every tick of the clock echoes loudly. Fluorescent lights buzz in the diner, casting a harsh glare on the red vinyl booths. Outside, the city melts into a blurry, indistinct backdrop. The air is heavy, saturated with the scent of stale coffee and faded aspirations. Each tick of the clock reverberates, amplifying the diner's cavernous silence. Minutes expand, filling the void as time seems to slow its relentless pace. Forgotten dreams linger in the air, suspended between the sterile light and the quiet hum. Inside the timeless diner, the relentless tick of the clock fades into a soft hum. Each booth tells a story, etched into the worn leather. Outside, the world rushes by, a distant blur, while inside, time stands still, a haven of calm, where worries dissolve like sugar in warm coffee. The diner's warm glow envelops me, a haven where time slows and the aroma of coffee mingles with sizzling bacon. Suspended in time, I find refuge from the outside world's demands. No deadlines press, no obligations weigh. Here, I am free. In this sanctuary, the ticking clock fades and the world outside melts away. The diner air hangs thick with the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, A subtle sweetness permeates, hinting at warm bread pulled straight from the oven. Each breath is a warm embrace, a familiar comfort in the diner's hum. The scent weaves a comforting spell. The diner is a haven. The scent of coffee and warm bread fills the air. Inside the diner, the weight of unspoken burdens is evident. A visible release of tension ripples through the air. Shoulders begin to relax, as if shedding a heavy cloak. A sigh escapes, carrying away the accumulated stress. Each breath is a step further from the edge and out, releasing the tension from my shoulders. Inside the bustling diner, I slide deeper into the booth, seeking refuge in its worn embrace. The soft cushion welcomes me, momentarily easing the weight of the world. Surrounding sounds of clanking dishes and murmuring voices fade. A sense of solitude envelops me despite the diner's lively atmosphere. The scent of greasy food hangs heavy in the air, a familiar comfort. I am lost in thought, finding solace in this momentary escape. Inside the diner, the worn cushion supports my back, offering a moment of unexpected comfort. A sigh escapes my lips as I settle into the booth, the diner's low hum a soothing backdrop. Relaxation washes over me, a brief respite from the chaos outside. For a moment, all is still, a peaceful interlude in the bustling diner. The diner's red vinyl booth feels cool against my back, a stark contrast to the warmth enveloping the room. A comforting aroma fills the air, a blend of frying bacon and the slightly bitter scent of stale coffee. My arms rest loosely by my sides, a posture of complete and utter ease. The diner hums with quiet activity, a familiar symphony of clanking silverware and murmured conversations. Sunlight streams through the window, casting long shadows and illuminating dust motes, dancing in the air. In this moment, surrounded by the simple comforts of the diner, a sense of peace washes over me. Inside the diner, the soft clink of a fork against a plate creates a quiet symphony. The sound resonates through the diner, a lonely rhythm in the otherwise still air. Each tap echoes softly, a subtle reminder of the solitude within the space. The gentle sound underscores the quiet intensity of the diner's atmosphere. The diner is peaceful, with the rhythmic tapping adding to the ambience. A moment of quiet reflection is emphasized by the simple, repetitive sound. The diner is quiet, the low hum of the ceiling fan providing a constant, soothing background noise. Sunlight streams through the large windows, illuminating the checkered floor. Chrome accents gleam softly, reflecting the warm light. Empty red vinyl booths line the walls, waiting for customers. A lone sugar dispenser sits on each table, undisturbed. The air is thick with a faint aroma of coffee and lingering breakfast. The diner hums with a quiet energy, a haven from the world outside. Soft light bathes the vinyl booths, casting a warm glow on the scene. A gentle melody of laughter drifts from a group of teenagers across the room. Their youthful joy fills the air, a simple pleasure in the mundane. The clinking of silverware and hushed conversations weave into the background. In this quiet space, everyday moments become beautiful memories. Inside the diner, a palpable stillness hangs in the air. Each breath is slow, measured, echoing the diner's quiet rhythm. Time seems to stretch, unforced and deliberate, in the stillness. A subtle sense of anticipation permeates the space. The diner exists in a pocket of calm, undisturbed and serene. Every element contributes to the unhurried pace of the moment. The diner's neon sign flickers, a warm invitation against the twilight's encroaching shadows. Chrome gleams softly under the warm interior lights, reflecting the quiet solitude of its patrons. A lone waitress wipes down the counter, her movements slow and deliberate, a silent ballet. Outside, the world rushes by, oblivious to the timeless sanctuary within. Inside, the diner stands firm, a beacon of constancy amidst life's relentless changes. The diner glows warmly, bathed in soft golden light. A comforting radiance fills every corner of the classic diner. Light dances softly on the checkered floor. The air buzzes with a comforting golden hue. The diner's warm light embraces everyone inside. The diner hums with quiet conversations, a low murmur filling the air. Soft light reflects off the polished countertops. Waitresses move between tables, their steps measured and familiar. Steam rises gently from mugs of coffee. A sense of calm pervades the space. Each patron is lost in their own world, sharing the same space. Sunlight floods the diner, each dust mote illuminated in the golden glow, a silent dance in the morning air. The comforting aroma of coffee mixes with the sizzle of bacon, an invitation to linger longer in the worn vinyl booth. A half-eaten plate of pancakes sits before me, a testament to a morning unburdened by haste or obligation. The faded jukebox hums a gentle tune in the corner, a nostalgic melody weaving through the diner's quiet symphony. Time seems to slow, each moment savored without the weight of expectation or the pressure to move on. Here, amidst the simple pleasures, I find a sanctuary from the world, a place where stillness is a virtue. In the diner, worn vinyl cools my skin as I settle into the booth, finding solace in the gentle hum of background noise. The waitress works, wiping the counter with practiced ease, her movements a familiar rhythm in the diner's dance. Steam rises lazily from my coffee, swirling into ethereal patterns, a silent ballet in the warm, inviting air. Content washes over me as I embrace the quiet anonymity, finding peace in the simple, unhurried moments. Fluorescent lights hum over worn vinyl booths in the diner. A lone figure sits, nursing a cup of coffee, detached. Outside, the world rushes by, oblivious to the quiet scene. The air is thick with stale grease and forgotten dreams. I may stay here as long as I like, a voice echoes in the diner. Time has no meaning within these walls, the narration concludes. The diner glows softly, an oasis of light in the encroaching night, promising warmth and solace to weary travelers. A quiet hum fills the air, the gentle clatter of cutlery and hushed conversations, a soothing symphony. Sleep descends like a gentle curtain, inviting surrender and promising respite from the day's burdens. There is no resistance, only the soft embrace of slumber, a peaceful surrender to the quiet of the night. In the diner, an older man meticulously finishes reading his newspaper, each page turned with practiced care. He folds the paper with sharp, precise movements, a ritual performed countless times. The scent of coffee fills the air as he pauses, his gaze distant and thoughtful. He lifts the cup to his lips, the porcelain smooth against his weathered skin. A slow, deliberate sip, a moment of quiet contemplation amidst the diner's murmur. Inside the diner, a quiet intimacy settles as a couple sits side by side at the counter. Their hands meet, fingers intertwining in a silent, heartfelt connection. A close-up on their clasped hands, a tender symbol of unity and affection. The diner's ambient sounds fade as their world narrows to this shared touch. A quiet moment of unspoken understanding passes between them. Their joined hands rest on the counter, a beacon of hope in the bustling diner. The diner buzzes with youthful energy as the teenagers savor the last of their thick, creamy milkshakes. Empty glasses and lingering smiles mark the end of their sweet indulgence. With a final wipe of their mouths, they begin to rise, their movements mirroring a shared unspoken plan. A burst of laughter fills the air, a vibrant echo of the carefree moments they've shared. As they exit the diner, the sounds of their joy gradually fade, leaving only the gentle hum of the cafe. The door swings shut behind them, a silent punctuation mark on a chapter of youthful exuberance. A new customer enters the diner, shaking off the evening chill. The diner's warm glow offers refuge from the night. Eyes scan the room, searching for a familiar face. A wave of relief washes over, easing the tension. The diner buzzes with the aroma of coffee and sizzling bacon, a symphony of morning comfort. I settle into a worn booth, the red vinyl cracked like memories etched into time. A waitress approaches, her footsteps a gentle rhythm on the checkered floor. Sunlight paints dust motes in the air as the waitress asks, "Can I get you something, hon?" Inside the bustling diner, I look up, a wave of gratitude washing over me in the warm, inviting light. The clatter of dishes and murmur of voices fade as my gaze meets hers across the checkered floor. I offer a simple request, my voice calm amidst the diner's symphony. "Just coffee, please." The rich aroma of coffee beans hangs in the air, a comforting promise in the vibrant atmosphere. Inside the quiet diner, she nods, her expression a mask, as she prepares to leave. She turns, her back now facing us, her intent concealed. The clink of her shoes on the linoleum breaks the silence, each step echoing her resolve. The diner remains still, holding the weight of unspoken words and unanswered questions. Within the diner's warm embrace, a moment of serene quiet descends. Eyes closed, a gentle savoring of the diner's tranquil atmosphere begins. A pause to absorb the simple peace that fills the air. The diner's calm washes over, a brief respite from the outside world. In this moment, the world narrows to the diner's comforting silence. The diner buzzes with activity, the air thick with anticipation as the day begins. A steaming cup of coffee promises warmth, its rich aroma filling the air. The waitress approaches, her smile as warm as the coffee she carries. The promise of a new day begins with the simple comfort of coffee. Inside the diner, a cup is set down, its warmth seeping into awaiting fingertips. Ceramic against skin, a silent offering in the bustling diner. The simple gesture, a moment of quiet connection amidst the noise. Steam rises, carrying unspoken words and shared expectations. A silent question hangs in the air, cradled by the diner's warm glow. Inside the bustling diner, a waitress patiently waits by the table. I shake my head, my expression conveying complete contentment. The waitress's voice cuts through the diner's murmur. "Anything else?" My voice rings with satisfaction. "Just perfect." A peaceful smile graces my lips, reflecting the simple joy of the moment. The waitress nods, acknowledging my contentment in the cozy diner. She smiles, a silent promise hanging in the air as she departs. Alone, I am left to navigate the labyrinth of my own thoughts. The diner's hum fades into background noise, overshadowed by the weight of unspoken words. I lift the ceramic mug, the coffee's dark surface reflecting the dim light. The warm liquid flows, a comforting tide against the chill of solitude. The diner glows, a haven from the world's noise. A low, comforting hum fills the air. The scene is bathed in warm, inviting light. Soft shadows dance, hinting at hidden stories. Outside, the world fades as the diner beckons. The diner bell chimes softly, a familiar sound in this sanctuary. Inside, the air hangs heavy with the comforting sense of coffee and frying bacon. Red vinyl booths line the walls, bathed in the warm glow of flickering neon signs. A long counter stretches across the back, worn smooth by countless elbows and whispered stories. A place to simply be, free from expectations, enveloped in the diner's quiet embrace. Inside the diner, I sit, watching the city move outside the window. Cars stream past, their headlights blurring in the afternoon sun. People hurry along the sidewalk, each lost in their own world. The diner buzzes with a quiet energy, a stark contrast to the outside. Lost in thought, I watch as life unfolds beyond the glass. The diner buzzes, a sanctuary of warmth against the muffled sounds of the outside world. Waitresses weave through tables, their calls a comforting melody amidst clattering dishes. A surge of gratitude washes over me, finding solace in the diner's embrace. The aroma of coffee and sizzling bacon fills the air, a fragrant promise of simple joys. Here, time seems to slow, and worries fade against the backdrop of shared moments. The diner glows, a beacon of warmth. Inside, every detail whispers of simpler times. Chrome sparkles. The air is thick with the aroma of coffee and nostalgia. A sanctuary where beauty is found in the everyday. The diner bell chimes softly, a prelude to solitude. Red vinyl reflects neon dreams. The air hangs heavy with the aroma of coffee and untold stories. I slide into the worn booth, seeking refuge in its quiet embrace. Cool vinyl welcomes weary fingers, a sanctuary found in faded glory. Inside the diner, steam curls from a coffee cup, a solitary figure lost in thought. The warm liquid slides down, a momentary comfort in the quiet space. Each sip chases away shadows, a fragile peace settling in. The diner's hum fades as tension melts, a brief respite. For a moment, the world outside disappears. Only the warm coffee remains. The diner glows, a beacon of warmth against the storm, promising shelter and respite. The rain lashes against the windows, blurring the world outside. Inside, the cozy booths and gleaming counters offer a stark contrast to the tempest. A haven found amidst the raging elements, a refuge from the storm's fury. Eyes shut, I let the comforting chaos of the diner envelop me. The sizzle of the grill, the clatter of plates, a symphony of warmth, each familiar scent. A memory, a story hanging heavy in the air, a moment suspended, a breath held in the heart of the familiar. Sunlight floods the diner, dust motes swirling in the golden beams, a stark contrast to the low hum of the refrigerator. The clinking of dishes and soft murmur of conversations create a symphony of mundane life within the brightly lit diner. Each sound echoes faintly, a backdrop to the unspoken stories unfolding at every table. The warmth of the sun invites a sense of comfort, yet the air is thick with a quiet anticipation, a peaceful morning scene with an underlying tension as if anything could happen. The diner is warm, filled with the comforting sense of coffee, bread, and sweet pie. A comforting haven from the cold outside, the diner promises warmth and solace. Each breath brings the comforting aroma of baked goods and freshly brewed coffee. Golden light spills from the windows, a beacon of warmth on a dark night. The air is thick with anticipation, a silent promise of satisfaction. The worn vinyl of the booth is cool against my back, offering a moment of solace in the bustling diner. A comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingles with the sizzle of frying bacon. Sunlight floods through the window, painting the air with dancing dust motes. Golden light bathes the scene, casting long shadows and highlighting the textures of the diner. A profound sense of calm washes over me, a fleeting moment of peace amidst the everyday chaos. The diner hums with quiet activity. A waitress approaches, her footsteps light on the worn tiles. She lifts the coffee pot, the dark liquid swirling within. The cup overflows, the aroma filling the air. Her presence offers a silent, comforting reassurance. Inside the bustling diner, the aroma of coffee fills the air. I offer her a genuine smile, a silent expression of heartfelt gratitude. The warmth of the diner contrasts with the cold world outside. The moment hangs, suspended in the diner's gentle hum. Inside the diner, a warm smile spreads across her face, lighting up the cozy space. Her eyes crinkle at the corners, revealing years of laughter and stories etched into her skin. The diner's soft lighting catches the subtle lines around her eyes, emphasizing her genuine happiness. A moment of pure, unadulterated joy radiates from her, filling the diner with a sense of peace. Her smile, a beacon of warmth, invites connection and promises untold tales within the diner's walls. The diner buzzes with life, silverware clinking and voices blending, a haven of warmth and connection. A symphony of comforting chaos fills the air, where every clatter tells a story of home. More than just a place to eat, it's where stories are shared and friendships are made. Each face is etched with tales, laughter, and the simple joys of everyday life. A community thrives within these walls, a sanctuary from the outside world. The diner stands as a testament to human connection, a family woven together. Inside the bustling diner, a symphony of clattering silverware and murmuring voices fills the air. The aroma of coffee and sizzling bacon hangs heavy, a comforting blanket in the lively atmosphere. Warm light bathes every corner, highlighting the joyful chaos of morning. A sense of belonging washes over the narrator, a quiet moment of gratitude amidst the lively scene. "I am grateful to be a part of it," whispers the narration. A heartfelt appreciation for this simple moment. Neon lights paint long shadows across the diner's empty tables, a stark contrast to the heavy, stale air. The scent of forgotten dreams lingers, mixing with the bitter aroma of old coffee. A lone waitress moves with slow, deliberate grace, wiping down the counter. Each movement echoes in the vast emptiness, a silent ballet in the still of the night. The diner stands as a solitary beacon, a haven for the lost and lonely under the neon glow. The diner glows, a steady beacon in the night. Warm light spills onto the empty street. Inside, the comforting aroma of coffee fills the air, a haven of light, untouched by the darkness. The diner buzzes with the scent of coffee and sizzling bacon, sunlight warming every corner. I sit at the counter, a half-eaten plate of pancakes sitting before me, a simple comfort. Sunlight bathes my face, chasing away shadows and filling me with a sense of peace. A quiet voice whispers within, "I am content. I am home," a promise echoing in the air. "I can stay here as long as I like," the narration assures, a soft promise of endless mornings.